Good morning, Kempo. Thank you for joining us. Thank you, everyone. Welcome back for Saturday morning teachings.
Okay, thank you so much, everyone here and online. We will have teaching on the same text, but chanting. Yesterday we included the 7-line prayer of Guru Rinpoche, and then the Manjushri prayer that maybe we do together first, and then we do lineage prayer, and then we go into the text. One time in Tibetan and then another time in English.
In the northwest of the land of Bodhiana, in the heart of the lotus flower, endowed with the most marvelous attainments, you are renowned as the lotus born, surrounded by many hosts of Dakinis. Following in your footsteps, I pray to you, come inspire me with your blessings. Guru Brahma Siddhi Om.
And now we have Manjushri prayer.
I tried to print out the Yeshivama. You have?
Did you print out
Yeah.
for everyone?
I tried. Let me see.
Okay. Two pages, maybe.
And you have yours, right, Kimpula? Do you need
I
one?
don't have, it's fine. Give to them. Here, if doesn't have enough.
Online.
Oh. Now, Manjushri prayer. Lama Gombo Jesun Jambe Yama Jamsalo Kange Lojo Renyin Renja Nidara Nandara Sarve Shini Dungu Shishin Seje Niji Dukalemande Kanda Zibe Zara Mare Mendan Dunga Yisewe Rozo Gala Beje Darze Yama Druji Yamdanza Drudare Jero Nyama Nila Liji Jaro Junzi Mare Menze Dama Nyugo Shini Tenze Rajena Dune Tajin Sajun Tarzan Yoden Lenzo Jersey Tawako Jura Judan Juni Jenju Ralu Musen Jambe Yonlandu.
Homage to the Guru and the Protector, Venerable Manju Gosha. Your wisdom is brilliant and pure like the sun, free from the clouds of the two obscurations. You perceive the whole of reality exactly as it is, and so hold the book of transcendental wisdom at your heart. You look upon all beings imprisoned within samsara, enshrouded by the thick darkness of ignorance and tormented by suffering. With the love of a mother for her only child, your enlightened speech endowed with 60 melodious tones, like the thundering roar of a dragon, awakens us from the sleep of destructive emotions and frees us from the chains of karma. Dispelling the darkness of ignorance, you wield the sword of wisdom to cut through all our suffering. Pure from the very beginning, you have reached the end of the 10 bhumis and perfected all enlightened qualities. Foremost of the Buddha's heirs, your body is adorned with 112 marks of enlightenment. To Manju Gosha, the gentle voice, I prostrate and pray. Dispel the darkness from my mind.
Om Arabadana 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 Om Arabadana Om Arabadana Om Arabadana Zden Jijin Jera Veze Dalo Demo Membarazan Kadan Tenju Shunlo Dobaye Loru Bobe No Zardo Zor Kante Tawaran Doba Jungzin Jewaran Donayang Gombo Janyang Chunin Gume Paryam Taisho.
With all of your kindness and love, let your wisdom, shining light, clear the darkness of my ignorance once and for all. Grant me, I pray, the intelligence, the brilliance to understand the scriptures, the words of the Buddha and works of the masters. And whenever I wish to look upon you or ask of you anything at all, Lord and Protector Manjushri, let me see you without any hindrance.
Today we do the lineage prayer. Maybe we do first Tibetan all the way to down, and then English second. We don't need to stop on each verses. Maybe that's it's easy. The book, if you have the book, is page 1. Rung du sen gara shira sen pe ma gara je bon je sha ma so so no na te dong ja sa so ga te nam nam la so wan de zam lin ze be jian zhu qiu ni dong dong jie long to nyam de dong ai Manjushri Namasamgiti Sat Tuzang Gunjan Pema Garan Pema Jungne Dan Yinme Derchen Sangye Lengbai Yongzhu Bebe Nanjur Sodar Wan Jingmin Chenle Zer Sorwande Papan Jiten Wangju Tujin Zhondwa Tanglim Zhebe Tepanjo Zhe Dun Den Long Jian Nan Zhe Wan Jin Mi Jia Wei Ni Wu Su Wan De Tu San Jia Wei Ji Zui Bin Man Jiang Jia Lu Dor Ji Gun Yin Ban Ma Yir Mi Tu Ji Ji Du Du Bi Ba La Min Yu Nang Ki Dor Ji Su Wan De Jia Se Gun Ji Zhu Ba Ji Gu Lan Xian Pen Xiang Qiu Sam Se Nge Bei Su Xi Jin Dong Nen Ta Yin Zhuo Wa La Dan Zi Chen Xian Lang Ma Re Su Wan De Ngo Zoi Xian Na Chang Tong Ye Ru Ga Nga Ya Len Ma Bei Ma Tong Ten De Bu Zhi Jiang Sun Jia Lu Dor Ji Xian Jin Xie Dor Ji Su Wan De Qie Tai Jia Wei Si Po Yi Xie Hua La Nong Dar Chu Bei Wang Xue Xia Wa Re Song Wan Peng Jiu Dong Er Rong Zhu Mon Jing Mi Qu Ji Wang Bo Su Wan De Qu San Ren Zhen La Dang Kan Zhu Ye Xie Lan Po Bei Min Zhu Dam Sai Ji Zuni Jun Zhen Ga Ba Dang Dang Dan Bei Ma Ben Zai Xia La Su Wan De Pa Yu Zhe Bei Lu Pong Man Ju Shi Kang Zhong Jiang Ba Re Yong Wei Che San Ji Teng De Gun Jin Qu Ji Wang Bo Tang Yin Men Jian Zai Wang Bo Re Su Wan De Xi Ai Gun Zi Yu Den Jiang Su De Jier Wei Long Ten Lu Zhong Ta Ye Xia Rib Kun Chab Da Bei Ma Gar Ji Wang Zang Wen Xing Tai Jian Bo Re Su Wan De Rik Tang Jian Ba Re Xiu Nu Xin La Le Gong Bei Long Le Bo Bei Der Ji Zhou Long To Qun Zu Jian Zu Nga Da Jie An Zi Da Luan Za Ya Lu Su Wan De Wu Jian Ren Zi Qian Bui Ren Lu Ji Xi Zhe Den Bei Jian San Zhen Zi Qian Yu Den Nar Gun Zu Nga Qu Ji Jie Bar Den La Me Xia La Ya Su Wan De Kur De Qu Gun Wu Sa Re Qian Bo Le Da Na Cong Zhi Wa Song Ta Re Yin Si Si Rong Zhi Qu Zi Gang Long Men Ju Ro Wa Kang Long Xi Bi Dor Ji Su Wan De Jin Me Ten Qiu Qu Jin Ko Lo Jiu Yi Zhu Den Bei Ni Ma Tang Jin Qian Wu Sa Re Dor Ji Ning Bu Yi Den San Zin Gun Qian Pi Zhu Wang Bo Re Su Wan De Jin Me Ga Te Re Den Bei Xing Ta Ji Gun Song Bei Me Ren Lo Sa Ji Min Zhu Gang Ji Lo Sa Ran Ki Zhu Wang Gun Qiu Cha Bei Xia La Su Wan De Ni San Ning Po Den Bei Zun Ji Bei Gong Dai Nian Ju La Me Song Nan Ji Yi Xi Ji Du Den Bei Ji Ba Ran Qiu Er Jian Tong Qiu Dor Ji Su Wan De Chujen du ba ro nyong ngong de ye lo ye re mo ga da yin zo ya. Zo ba chen bu ne lo ngong song se long to ten bi ni ma ra zo wan de. San jo jin ko ra ngon jo ren ben ma la kun zang chu ge dong ba lang chen nam. Yin mi nga ge wang bo re zo wan de tu yi je den de ba re shin je la. Che dara jar si chu je lo ru je non dara lo gong jam ba ra yin ye. Zong wan chen ro he ro ga ba ra la nyen ne zong de da ju shin je la. Ri zong bi me jar ca ri guan zin lo zhu ta yi tu ji wu zi re li. Yang shi re xin pen chen lin ta yi dang bar den la me xia lo sa wan de. 春年人上江出pan tere jin yi zhe bu nong yi tep ten sarwa ran zi. Gan song gun ki nian ju ren zhe yin gong chu ji jian chen lam re sarwa de. Gun sang de je re tep ten chu do ro tong gu na be ma de chen gun ga ba. Ting cho lo den jam yang den zi tong tep ten chu de nam la sarwa de. Dararan ki zhoba jam su ji su song ri mi tu bi dan lan tu san. Gen zho la bi sem ji ku cha jin jing min chen zi u zi zo wan de. Gong mi chu ji yan ji po zhang na du song song ji gun ji ngo wan. Rang sen chu gu ngo zong dong zi ba za we la mi xia la zo wan de. You know, each one line has a Sorban Deb and 4 lines. Sorban Deb means I pray, I supplicate.
Samanta Vajra, Vajra Sattva, Garab Dorje, Shri Singha, Parmakara, and the 25 disciples, king and subjects, Zozur, Nunya, the 100 treasure revealers, and all the rest, gurus of Kama and Dharma, to you I pray. Just like the 6 ornaments and 2 supreme ones who beautify our world, you were their equal in your mastery of compassion, learning, and realization. Yet you practice hidden in the forest in sacred solitude. Longchenpa, who perfected samsara and nirvana in the state of Dharmakaya, dreamy ozers, stainless light, at your feet I pray. Omniscient one, source of love and compassion for all beings, you are Longchenpa's emanation and heir to a treasury of mind termas, sky-like yogin of the vast expanse of luminosity. Jigme Limpa, at your feet I pray. Emanation of the great Tertin Sangye Limpa, who is indivisible from Padmasambhava, knower of the 3 times. You are free of deceit and a hidden yogi. Jigmatrinli Ozer, to you I pray. Compassionate emanation of the noble Lord of the world, you are the most excellent guide, leading beings to the Isle of Liberation, Yogin of the vast expanse, benefiting all you encounter. Jigme Gyalwe Mundu, to you I pray. Inseparable from Padmasambhava, who embodies all Buddhas of the 3 times, and Bimala Mitra, who attained the indestructible rainbow body, you are their emanation, combining all of their compassion. Mingyur Namke Dorje, to you I pray. Having realized the altruistic mind of bodhicitta, the soul path traversed by all the bodhisattvas exactly as it is, you reveal it to limitless beings. Benevolent Guru, to you I pray. In the truly perfected realm, you are the Haruka, and Chamara, powerful lotus garland of skulls. In Tibet, the Honorable Jalu Dorje, Jigme Yeshi Dorje, to you I pray. Outwardly, you are the Bodhisattva, Shanti Deva. Inwardly, the Lord of Siddha, Shawari. Secretly, the supremely noble natural liberation of suffering in person. Jigme Shoki Wampo, to you I pray. Through the blessings of the Vidyadharas of the 3 lineages, deities and dakinis, you became heir of the profound instructions that mature and liberate, holder of the modes of transmission. Pema Vajra, at your feet I pray. In the noble land, you are the accomplished master Manjushri Mitra, and the land of snow, Lord Trisong Detsen, Manjushri in person. Now you are the indivisible from the omniscient king of the Dharma, Kensei Wangpo, to you I pray. Knower of all, treasury of an ocean of qualities, Lodro Taiye, the one prophesied by the victorious one, Pema Gargi Wangpo, holder of all lineages, great charioteer of the world, to you I pray. Through the blessings of the youthful Manjushri, awareness, emptiness conjoined, the 8 treasures of confidence arose from the expanse of your realization. Master of ocean-like Dharma treasures of transmission and realization, Ajita Vijaya, to you I pray. Holder of the victory banner of the teachings of learning and practice, and the lineage of the great Vijayadhara of Udayana, Lord of Dharma, you are truly a treasury of precious qualities. Glorious Guru, to you I pray. Having purified samsara and nirvana within luminosity, you cause the various manifestations of delusion to fade within the space of utter transparency, and realize natural liberation, the exhaustion of phenomena within the expanse of wisdom. Garwan Shepe Dorje, to you I pray. Fearlessly you turn the wheel of the Supreme Vehicle's teaching, omniscient Son of the teachings of study and practice. You hold the life force of the luminous, indestructible essence, omniscient Lord of scholars and adepts, to you I pray. Fearless charioteer of Kama and Terma, Lord of scholars and adepts, with your brilliant mind you open the gateways of the maturing and liberating instructions of the ever-excellent Padmasambhava's lineage. Kunchok Dragpa, to you I pray. Magnificent and glorious Lord, by upholding the treasury of the teachings of the definitive secret essence, you became the sole embodiment of the wisdom of all the gurus of the direct, symbolic, and whispered traditions. Organ Tuchok Dorje, to you I pray. By realizing all things to be of one taste, you release the knots of the 8 worldly dharmas. Within the primordially pure expanse, mentally created images dissolved, and you directly beheld the great perfection's way of abiding. Lungtok Tempe Nima, to you I pray. Ngaki Wangpo, the indivisible union of Vimalamitra, who actualized the mandala of the supreme stage, and Longchenpa, the teacher of Samantabhadra's truth body, I supplicate you, pray, bless me that our minds may merge as one. Outwardly, you are the Bodhisattva, the lordly Choki Lodro, inwardly the master Manjushri Mitra, secretly the glorious Haruka, perfect in qualities. I pray to you from the depths of my heart. Please bless my mind. Representative of the ever-excellent Padmasambhava, Vijayadhara Lodro Taiye, whose compassionate mind radiates with rays of light, inducing vast altruistic activity and manifesting as our glorious Guru, at your feet I pray. Having crossed the ocean of discipline, listening, and contemplation, you illuminate the teachings of the sage with the light of study and practice. Friend who delights fortunate disciples, protector of beings, Guru who raises high the victory banner of Dharma, to you I pray. Kunsan Dekyav Tupten Chodor, Guna Pema Dechen, Gunga Pal, Techok Loden, Jamyang Tensen, and Tupten Tripel, I pray to you. Cared for by an ocean of masters, unrivaled in their learning and accomplishment, you studied and contemplated impartially on the teachings of the sage, armored with the altruistic wish to benefit the teachings and beings. Jigme Kensei Osar, to you I pray. Within the Dharmadhatu palace of Akanishta is the intrinsic nature of all the Buddhas of the 3 times. Honorable Root Guru, you who directly introduced me to the Dharmakaya nature of my mind, I pray to you.
Thank you so much. You're patient. And now usually I chant by myself with some devotional lineage prayers that usually not are standardized or available in English. But I was thinking maybe if we can make connections with Jimmy Lingba and through his precious Yishilama book. And only the first opening lines, and it's good to have that. If you understand those lines, means you understand all Dzogchen teachings. And the Dzogchen teachings usually say, if you are really kin faculty or you are sharp faculty, or you are really smart with good fortune, you only need to read that title, and Yishilama is enough. But then sometimes we need a little bit more information, and then sort of a little bit decoded in the title Yishilama in these few lines. This is it's traditionally not really treated in that way. Somehow myself, I think this is we can chant whenever you have time, not only together, but before I chant myself, but then I want to make this connection and also get blessings from Longchenpa and Jingme Lingpa. So now I'm thinking that it's more maybe beneficial that you also have chance to look at in English. Of course, this English is someone else's translation. If there is in the future, maybe we have better people equipped with English poems or poetic language and so forth, we could adjust in such way. But meanwhile, and you can see what in there while we are chanting that. And the beginning first line, maybe you don't need to read. I don't have the page, but it's we read Tibetan, and then Elizabeth will lead us in English with good melody. Okay. Yishilama. Gongge rangye namge jendara chuni zamge mechabe zidan shewa yongye menga namba gunje jodenye gudaye she nisu meka nongja tamdam tsumpe pa domen gombo zumoroje Talu benzo jar jorje sonen onjurwa me kon lowar cheme tayache koson dombe chujar pable le parashi beranji kan kamda wambo sambe rembe remdare mi jikjar do turbe chuzura shindu menjong zopa chenpo shintai Dena garwa shiva luje suna yang so shen ji Teye bale me jin der nang uchon turbe lo ben ji Kanji re vore ngombara zhang le nam shi me no jan sen zhen Nga ke wangpo denpe so shen xiao san ji be so no do Ju dong san mo xin de sa lan jiu zi jia ji rang yin kong Kun chen lo ye ju yu lo ni le zhu ta nang ba jian do mi Te da na yang e chen me wu zi re mi tu re jie wei xin yi teng 대신들도 가솔로메 거제인 보살이 English.
Oh, homage to the conqueror, the teacher of unchanging light, whose intrinsic nature is the inconceivable nature of phenomena like the basic space of the sky. The original state where neither existence nor quiescence ever falls to any direction, where every aspect is endowed with a supreme nature, the indivisibility of space and wisdom. You are the epitome of the aspect of appearance, glorious original protector, with consort and retinue. May you remain ever victorious within the lotus lake of my mind. The intrinsic nature is primarily unchanging, the object to be purified a temporary stain. Through the teacher who embodies the three kayas, a rain of Dharma descends to completely cleanse all stains. In accordance with the capabilities, faculties, and intentions of those who approach gradually and simultaneously. This is the soul chariot, superb spiritual path of the great perfection which brings about simultaneous liberation. Here for 1,000,000 ages the most excellent merit has been amassed and fully dedicated by those who are life trees of this tradition. By their glory they appeared in the world as the incarnate scholars and translators of the past, who brought and upheld the undiminished victory banner of explanations in the land of snow mountains. O Lord of speech, life tree of the doctrine, may your feet adorn the crown of my head. The meaning of the ocean of Tantra is so deeply profound and supremely vast. Except for the omniscient one with his natural wisdom capacity, the presumptuous cannot hope to comprehend this. Nevertheless, Sri Meozer has lifted the veil of obscurity to expose the meaning of all that is. Here I will clearly synthesize whatever he revealed to fulfill the supplications of the fortunate disciples.
Yeah, how beautiful it is. Needs a little bit rusty, but of course, beginners always has babies need to learn how to walk. Yeah, so you see how everything impacted Buddha, Dharma, Sangha in there. The first 4 lines more of the Buddha, the teacher, and start from Gundu Sangbo, Yap and Yum to all the Buddhas. Pay homage to all the Buddhas. And the second verse is the Dharma. Dharma is, of course, Buddhas are always around us or there in the nature, but appear to us is sometimes difficult to see. And especially Dharma teachings, we have all kinds of teachings can get, but particularly these teachings appear to us is due to the accumulation of merit that takes maybe many eons, millions of eons to such a fortune appear. And especially here is praising the great perfection or the heart essence of great perfection that's even harder to appear in the world, and generally Tantra is not easy to appear in the eons that they have the great teachings of Mahayana, but still Tantra is difficult, so Dzogchen is even more difficult. And that appears, but it appears in different places. And fortunately, in Tibet, we have these early Panditas and Lodzawas and all the lineage holders bring these teachings to Tibet, so you can see the third verses talking about the Sangha, pay homage to Sangha, and appears in Tibet and flourish, and especially comes to this Longchen Yingtik tradition, or Longchenpa, the omniscient Longchenpa, due to his great power of wisdom and compassion. He make this great perfection, heart essence tradition is flourish. And now we can see here, even all over the world, and we can also hear here as it's not corner of the world, but everywhere, and especially in compared to India and Tibet, this is pretty new, but we can see, fortunately, we can see and practice and read these profound teachings. That's why I'm thinking that if you miss these kind of precious teaching in your life, it's such a loss. So that's why whenever I have chance to introduce, better to, if you have something to offer to others, offer the best ones. Yes, as not. Even they say generosity is you should not give what you want to people. Better to give what you are dear to, or precious things. So similarly, here I'm sort of doing that. I love this tradition, and I love these teachings, and the condensation of this teaching of these lines is tremendous. We can impact the whole Buddhist 9 vehicles and the Buddha Dharma Sangha and all the Dzogchen teachings in here. But of course, we are now looking at or going through this other profound teaching can explain in a Dzogchen tradition as well this text, but Vishy Lama is such. And usually you can see in these lines that usually the ocean of Tantra, and especially great perfection, is not ordinary beings may not understand. It's only for the omniscience can explain. Even Jigme Lingpa is saying that he doesn't have that capacity to teach, but due to the Longchenpa's blessing and his wisdom, vision, that makes him to confidence to teach such Yishi Lama or compose Yishi Lama. So we are also often use sometimes Tinko Chenchen, which is if you the best if you can spend your time life to practice these to become enlightenment. That is the main purpose. If you have don't have time but still have you get these teachings, maybe you can have such things, blessing things that you may know at least upon that, so you know where you are going to. And even least if you got this teaching but you didn't have time to practice, but you still think this is such a precious teaching and you keep in your heart, it is tremendous a blessing to you. And in Tibet we sometimes have, yesterday I talked about, you should have families or practitioners should have three things: body, speech, mind of representation of body, speech, mind of Buddha. And especially Dzogchen practitioners, at least you should have Yishi Lama in your, not on a coffee table, but in your shine table. So that's one thing. And then maybe one important thing. Even Yingling by himself says, person who are fond of seeing me, reading me, and meeting me, but doesn't have chance to meet him. But he said, if you see Yishi Lama, it's equivalent to seeing me, and this is called the Dharmakaya Mass of Yingling. So those are important messages that I want to hear, and then you can learn, study from these lines. Think about who is Buddha and the teacher, and secondly he's talking about dharmas, and then he's talking about the sangha including all the including protectors and lineage holders and translators, lodzawas, and everything, yeah. And that is sort of such nicely composed writing here. So that's one thing we can keep in our mind, that we have something to rely on. And other than that, we can enjoy, we are in this lineage, this circle, we have such wonderful lineage gurus and teachings that we really can rely on. Okay, now yesterday we talked about this. Everything rises from syllable A. Metaphorically, or whereas first we defined the syllable A is represent unborn. If you are interested in Arabhadana, there's I think post online found the 18,000 lines or 100,000 lines of the Panchaparamita sutras and so forth. So Yiga is important, Arabhadana, and is non-rising. Why is important non-rising? The rising is an important part here, and but then sometimes Nagarjuna gives these kind of free from 8 extremes. He switched birth or to rise or rising with the season. The season comes first. And so that's kind of important things you can see, but the birth is the most important for every one of us. We all rely on birth, yeah, what we call, there's no growing. Tree cannot grow, what we call dead tree. And so forth. It means cannot produce any further, so no life. And birth is very important. But as soon as we say there's no birth, and so almost we are losing our foundation. Our foundations become shaky. That's what we need to lose our foundation, our where we grab, hold on. Yeah. Once we have that, then we are easy to intertwine or infuse with this non-existence and existence together to dreamlike image and so forth. So that's why usually when Tantra means always involved with visualization. So when we visualize start with emptiness. Yeah. Either we talk about these 3 samadhis. Sajjana samadhi means first we need to imagine everything's empty. Whatever you visualize or sadhana you may be. And that mantras start with either A or Om Subhava Shuddha Sarvatharma Subhava Shuddha Aham. So either way, it's clear away, empty out all phenomena that often I say that if you don't empty out your stuff in your mind, then there's no room for visualize deity forms. So better to empty out that part. And that part is Yige Ah. So Ah. And Mipam Rinpoche's famous Buddha Shakyamuni sadhana start with the visualization start with Ah. Yes, anyone familiar with that? Maybe not, but that's fine. It's Ah Ye Me Don Ba Ni Don Den Jong Ge Non Gam Me Sun Jo Je Me Zar. So Ah Ye Me Don Ba Nit. So the unborn, empty space with unceasing manifestation of the appearances. So infuse these two together, then in front of you, Buddha Shakyamuni, visualize Buddha Shakyamuni in a golden color and so forth. So these you can see, we can condense to art to start all the visualization. So every tantric sadhana have a sort of visualize something, and that start with empty. We can see, yes, that's thing. And then we talk about these are, but are doesn't is the cause of everything, but its own doesn't have its own intrinsic nature. It's beyond expression and language. So that's what we need to keep in our mind, that what we are looking at. And then we yesterday we went through these 5 poisons. Whether we can treat 5 poison as a kind of raw, intense, actual anger, jealous, hatred, and so forth. So that's why we call these are 5 poisons. And of course, when it comes to Vajrayana, then we have these 5 poisons could be transformed, can transform, or its natures are 5 wisdoms. And yesterday we talked a little bit about either we can treat directly that these 5 poisons nature is also aligned with 5 wisdoms. For example, mirror-like wisdom, which is Vajrasattva's wisdom, and is actually a wisdom. That also transformation of or purification of or the pure nature of the hatred or anger. That it's both like mirror-like and mirror and anger both has same nature. You can see, I know nobody get angry these days, but if there's, imagine that there's such person or someone get angry in these late traffic jams or so forth. If that happens, that person would have a vivid idea of in front or behind the car is annoying them. Not the whole world is collapsing, but it's this particular person with this particular car, that whether fancy or not, but it would have a good idea of vividness of that. So you can see the mirror is why we call mirror-like wisdom. The mirror means it's all phenomena reflects, appears in a mirror without interfering or become sort of mushy way, but it's more clearly, distinctively can appear in that way. That's why we call mirror-like wisdom. So that's your capacity, what you want to treat. We used to talk about there is many ways of practice and also treating external objects or internal objects to how we can interact. It's not external objects that's making us problem, but usually individuals that how to interact, how to perceive things to make problem, or maybe there's no problem, and one of my friends, American friend, he has often telling me that there's no problem unless your arrow stuck in your heart. That's maybe a little bit problem, urgency. But other than that, there's no no problem. This problem is just coming, stirring your thinking. Yeah, and that's one. And these 5 poisons. Really, 5 poisons we have. That's why we have 5 meats and 5 nectars and offerings of that. Either we treat their nature as pure or not, but in authentic practice we have 5 meats and 5 nectars. Nectar means urine and feces. Yeah, that's what we are talking about. Then other thing what we went through is this great being or Manjushri or this great being is somehow antidote of our raw emotions, afflicted emotions. This great emotion and great ignorance can destroy the ignorant, a great anger can destroy the anger. If you go a little bit further in the Dzogchen terminology, only anger can destroy anger. And you can see the woods can break woods, irons can smash iron, and so forth. So if you try to find something out of what you have, then it maybe would not work. Yeah, that's our thing. And then we could map our, when we talk about 5D, 180 mandalas, is only talk about what is the pure nature of the external objects or the 5 elements and 5 emotions. And then we have 5H consciousness and so forth. So it's more mapping on our psychophysical person that's 180, how 180s are reside or represent or nature of our bodies. So that's sort of important to think about our practitioners. And now we can read one more in Tibetan, and then you can follow English. Remind us what we are here is page 24. I think I'm using a different melody today, somehow. But this is another in 180 melody in our Kyonglen Tersa tradition. We have that, but just we do that today, okay? So jian le jian jie wan de kan do jie jian le wan jie mei yang jie jing jia jie wo yin wei jian bo yang ba yin xie ran zong jian zhang wan de nyang mo jia jie jie wei jiu zha jian nian zha jian bo de no jen bo za wa che ke ba jun ro jen bo jon jun ro jen bo den ro ba jun ro jen bo ga we ga jun ro jen bo men ro.
Great beast who tastes the form of great desire, who vanquishes desire in all forms. He is great carnal lust, he is great bliss, he is great happiness, he is great joy. With great appearance, bearing form supreme, with great complexion, marked by great physique, with great renown, the great munificent one, his mandala voluminous and great, the bearer of the mighty sword of wisdom, the foremost goad for taming great afflictions, possessing great renown, his glory great, his brightness great, his luster most supreme, most wise upholder of the great illusion, fulfiller of the great illusion's aim, enraptured by the great illusion's rapture, the great illusion's great illusionist.
Do you have clean? In the meanwhile, if you have a question how we going forward, maybe sometimes have if you want to know certain things or certain way to discuss these things, please let me know now, and meanwhile we can pause a little bit to think about it. Yes.
In the Yeshe-lama,
Yes.
it talks about intentions of those who approach gradually and simultaneously. In accordance with the capabilities of faculties and intentions of those who approach gradually and simultaneously.
Okay.
What does that gradually and simultaneously mean?
Can you give me one copy of Yeshe-lama?
The second page.
What page is that?
Second page.
Okay. Second page.
Calm down, Guangpo, Sambe, Dong.
Oh, okay. Here, when we talk about gradual and sudden approach, approaches are really means how to practice approach, and sutras and tantras and great perfection, each one compared to others, each one is more is called sort of gradual. According to Dzogchen, lower vehicles they call lower gradual approach, and Dzogchen is well known as simultaneously approach. These approaches are depend on or in accordance with one's capacity of faculties in intentions. Intention here is maybe intention is not necessarily here as what Tibetan have samba. This could translate thinking, motivation, and also the capacity of understanding. So maybe here is more, the samba is more like understanding, based on one's capacity or one's nature of capacity, and wangbo means the faculty that what we talk about, kin faculties and so forth. But since here translate the intentions as from samba. Samba is thinking, motivation, understanding, intelligence. So anything that's mental kind of capacity to understand these vehicles, because each vehicle has divided by or based on the different view, meditation, conduct based on that. So view means understanding. So based on understanding, if we understanding that 5 poisons are just raw 5 poisons, bad things, that is one view that we can look at, and then we could understand 5 poisons as not as bad as that. 5 poisons nature, of course, here's 5 wisdoms, but also it has maybe also manifesting the positive aspect of us as well. If we treat it that way, then we don't need to treat not only internal our emotions, but also external objects as well. And then further, the main purpose of the Vajrayana traditions, especially the Nyingma tradition, is called all appearances are deity, form, or sound or alterations are the deity mantra, and or discursive thinking or any thinking as enlightened thoughts or realization. And so this is called Kirsosom. Kirsosom means we need to carry these 3 all the time. We can need to remind us, and also we can sort of motivate ourselves to remind ourselves to, I need to take this attitude, thinking, acting, and so forth. So those are we're talking about here. So that's why I was saying that these few lines in the Ishilama beginning, it includes all the teachings in there. And now we are in verse 33 in Manjushri Namasamgiti. And here we have this with great is great. And first one is with great appearance, bearing forms of supreme, and so these are just we see. It's not necessarily physically giant. Could we take that? But it's also great appearances as well, and complexity with great complexion marked by the great physics, and then great renown or great title or names that great Munificent One. And then his mandalas is great, kind of spacious, more like here is more in Tibet is more spacious. And then we can go further because this is just how the Manjushri or any deities forms or the names and colors and the mandalas are spacious and also great. The bear of this mighty sword of wisdom that we see the Manjushri often represents the depiction of Manjushri. You can see the Tibetan Manjushri has whether riding on a lion or not, but vehicle lion. And also the main part is the sword that's hold. It's represent the wisdom. And also then we have text in the left hand. And that's in the chanting, what we did this morning has there's two representations, what we say, the main kind of representations. That first and the second line say, you perceive the form of reality exactly as it is, so hold the book transcendental wisdom at heart. So this, the Panchaparamita book, which you can see sometimes subject and objects are intertwined, and when we say subject, then it means object. Objects means subject. We call these wisdom sutras. Why is wisdom sutra? Because it's talking about emptiness. Why emptiness represents wisdom? Because that is the emptiness is the reality of all phenomena. And when we say wisdom, means understanding of emptiness. Sometimes we say the emptiness is also talks about the wisdom, but this will come within the 6 paramitas right after this, and then we also have this sword. Yeah, the sword. You can see the next page, first line. Dispelling the darkness of ignorance, you wield the sword of wisdom to cut through all our sufferings. So these two attributes of Manjushri, you can see. Maybe everyone has, of course, know. We talk about the color yesterday, and also sun ray and morning dawn kind of color, and this marcer, the red kind of yellow. And then riding on a lion, the vehicle is a lion. Why is lion? And if you see lion or riding on lion, most Chinese style Manjushri is riding on a lion. And the lion's roar is very loud. In our chanting, say it's like thunder. But the lion is fearless, also the lion's roar is loud. That's why it's represent. When someone's teaching or someone's talking about emptiness, that should be the loudest sound. Yeah? And that's we are talking about here. So once you practice Manjushri, you become fearless. And you can see that through Yamantaka. So Manjushri transformed into raw for deity. Yamantaka, only Yamantaka can make go away or run away the Lord of Death. So if you really want to rescue yourself or someone else, maybe Yamantaka is the most powerful deity because it's called Yamantaka, the enemy of Lord of the Death is coming. Manjushri is powerful. And then appear the mighty soul of wisdom, wise wisdom that can cut our suffering, or our ignorance, our anything that soul represent that. The foremost goat for the taming great afflictions. So these iron hooks are usually as used one of those I don't want to dramatic, but somehow in the old days, hammers and iron hooks and iron chains, and those are bad stuff that can make anyone uncomfortable. So I'm saying don't practice at home, but these swords and hooks and so those are tools that be useful when rescue from the death or other stuff. Yeah. And then possessing a great renown, this glory great, his brightness great, his luster most supreme. And those are just, we can see how all the good attributes we are talking about, then most wise unholder of the great illusion, fulfiller of the great illusions, and enraptured by the great illusions, rapture the great illusions, great illusionists. So here, this illusion part, the illusion is I think someone translated illusion or something, but illusion here, this term in the Tibet, jala, the Maya jala, jala is sort of net, illusion net, yeah, and that is covers many tantric teachings, and when we talk about Gujagarbha Tantra, the famous Gujagarbha Tantra, is also part of this Maya Jala circle, or the Juntor, the illusion net circle. But if you want to know more about that, this illusion, Juntor is almost like a magical illusion. That's what we talk about. Here we have illusion, the magical illusion. What does that really mean? It's puzzling, yeah? Everything's magical illusion. Yeah, there's teachings that shows everything's magical illusion. And then we have net that Maya, that illusion, Juntur. So So illusion is one of them. It's not really delusion, but illusion can become a delusion or cause to that. It's, if we can treat everything as an illusion, then we can treat easily to deities' forms and body, speech, and mind, and so forth. So that's why it's quite important part of the tantric term. How much we can get from here is a little bit difficult unless you want to spend more time on Guhyagarbha Tantra and so forth to understand a little bit this illusion term. But English, of course, when we translate that, then it's a little bit, we don't really know exactly what does that really mean. But that's homework, yeah? And then look at page 25. Jinda chen bo zo je so chen chen bo chong wen jo so chen chong den ba bo zong zhu chen bo de wai sam ten chen bo den zin ne xie ra chen bo lun chong tu bo chi la tab je ba ma wang ye xi jiang za xiang qian rang xin ba de me ning ji qian bo lo ye xie ra qian bo lo qian den ke pa qian bo ta xie zhen zhu le qian bo da da den xu qian jiu ba qian bo zhen zhu le qian bo qie zha ba du qian pa ru nong ba.
Foremost Lord of great munificence, supreme upholder of great discipline, intense supporter of great tolerance, with valor rooted in great diligence, samadhi resting through great meditation, endowed with bodies flowing from great wisdom, both great in strength and great in skillful means, a brimming ocean filled with vows and knowledge, by nature great in kindness, limitless, the foremost mind, enriched by great compassion, of great insight, of great intelligence, great dexterous one, with methods ever great, commanding powers and great miracles, with driving force supreme, with speed unmatched, renowned great Lord of foremost majesty, most valorous owing to his great might.
I was familiar with these six paramitas. Six paramita or six perfections that goes with sutras, tantras, and dzogchen, and so forth. And we can look at these six paramitas, thinking about six paramitas. In a sutra, six paramitas are the six aspects of the bodhicitta. The Greek Mahayana tradition, there's nothing that practice that out of the bodhicitta. Six paramita is six aspect of bodhicitta, and then if you look at the 21 similes of the bodhicitta, you can see like earth-like bodhicitta, gold-like bodhicitta, and stream-like bodhicitta, cloud-like bodhicitta, to 21 bodhicittas. And six paramitas. Of course, paramitas are, we can, generosity, discipline, patience, diligence, and sometimes whether we call meditation or the samadhi, and then wisdom. So these six are there's two types of six parameters. The actual parameters we should have fully understand the emptiness. If we fully understand that, then you can see in the text talks about if there is no self giver, and then the other you are to giving to, and then the objects that you are giving. So if you don't have these three spheres, they call three aspects of that, then that's your really the actual giving or the generosity. And of course that in a sutric level we talk about with 10 bhumis, and 10 bhumis are also 10 aspects of the bodhicitta. And these 10 types of bodhicitta is start from generosity, and then 6 is here up. And then if you look at here, when we say 10, 6, now we need to find 3 to add up to get 10. What do you think? What the 4 more parameters are? Just ourselves reminding that what here we have on top of the 6 parameters.
Strength or power.
We have strength, we have skillful means, we for this is interesting. Green ocean, knowledge.
But it's in the Tibetan, it's saying monlam, prayer or
Aspiration.
aspiration.
I don't see aspiration here. Anyway, that's these 4 are the adding 4 more. The power, skillful means, aspiration, and wisdom. So these last 4 are the also more aspect of the wisdom. Is that you want to know? And of course, the first bhume we talk about the generosity can fully accomplish in the first bhume. That's why the first bhume is generosity, second bhume is discipline, moral ethics, and third is patience, and fourth is diligence, and fifth is samadhi, sixth is wisdom. And here we are talking about Bodhicitta Avatara, which I'm going to offer more details on that. It's important, and also kind of co-extent that Gacchen Rinpoche lately give instruction all the people we should practice and discuss these 4 mindfulness And this ninth chapter of Bodhisattva in the wisdom chapter is all about the Four Mindfulness. So if you have time, please join us. It will be online. I will offer monthly, maybe twice a month or once a month. So far we have once a month, but if we don't have enough to cover, then maybe we can go a little bit, do a little bit more time. So we see that's coming. And these are really important in order to understand the structure of sutric path and tantric path, and also dzogchen path. And so generosity is we can achieve easier than discipline, moral ethics, which means you are not doing any bad things. Yeah. Mentally, physically, verbally, you are constrained, and also not just holding on, but it's naturally kind of release and so forth. So that is a moral ethic or discipline or whatever we call. So Manjushri, of course, first is the foremost Lord of the Great Magnificent.
Munificence, yes.
Magnificent?
Mm-hmm.
What does that mean, magnificent?
Benevolent?
Generous?
Benevolent, great generosity, or
Mm-hmm.
great offering.
Yeah, the great generous person, or whatever, how we call. And of course, now we are talking about Manjushri, who is beyond 10th Bhumi. We are not just talking about a bodhisattva level of first Bhumi or second Bhumi. It's already completed the whole 10 Bhumis. It's showing this is the 10 Bhumi. If you still not that familiar with the 5 path and 10 Bhumi, that is in general how to standardize your practice and your level of achievement and so forth. So first we need to understand 5 paths. The 5 paths is divided the 2 paths that the sort of ordinary path, and then we have upper 3 paths that extraordinary path, which means the noble path, and that also can be divided with 37 bodhi factors. More numbers. Don't worry. And start with 4 mindfulness. That is called accumulation, accumulating path. So accumulation path have 12 subdivisions, and start with these 4 for mindfulness. And that's why, at least Gajin was just telling us that we need to do really foundational things as well. So that's what we can do. And then all the way to these 8 noble paths that involves with 8 noble paths. We start with correct view, right view. Right view means we need to understand reality correctly. And then more others around. If we have correct view, then the right view, then our conduct and our meditation and our practice that goes well. And here, these 10 bhume mapping with 10 paramitas is showing that Manjushri is already in a Buddha level, or sometimes we call 10th Bhumi Bodhisattva, which means the final Bhumi Bodhisattva. 11th Bhumi is Buddha level, but then Dzogchen has a little bit different systems. Yeshe Lama is 16th Bhumi, 16, 1, 7, 1, 6, and 10, so forth. So 6 paramita, add 4. What those 4 are? Power,
Skillful means
skillful mean,
aspiration,
aspiration.
wisdom.
And wisdom.
Yes. Those 3 or 4 are the sort of subdivision or the more refined wisdoms, because we have 6 paramitas. Yeah. And then we have patience. Patience is very good, good thing. In Bodhicharya Avataras, it says that there's no sin that bigger than the hatred or anger, and there is no virtue that's better than patience. So patience is very, very good practice. I think modern psychologists also cherish that part. If you can hold a little bit more longer, that helps your maybe life or any danger thing. And then Zhonjun. Zhonjun is diligent. Diligent, usually sometimes we think diligent is more kind of forcefully ourselves to do something that we are not maybe fully into it. But actual, the definition of Zhonjun or the diligent is more you are enjoy to doing it rather than you are forcefully putting into that situation. And then we have Samten, Samadhi. Of course, meditation, we have terms that are different terms. Gom, you can see Gom is meditation or cultivation. And then we have Samten, and then we have Tingenzin. And these are slightly different. What Samten here is maybe this week. Samten, the stable mind, means more like a stable mind. And the Samten itself is not necessarily Buddhist term, but Hindus, others have Samten, and then if you have this stable mind meditation, then you can will be born in form realms that we call Samten Shi, the 4 dhyana stages. It's interesting. here we use samadhi. I think it's really dhyana. Sometimes it's dhyana. You know dhyana? Dhyana is a type of meditation. And Sanskrit we call dhyana, and that's a kind of phonetic Chinese transliteration. It's called Chan. So very close here, dhyana to Chan. And then further down is Japan, becomes Zen. So this sort of this meditative observation that's called dhyana. So samadhi is Tingenzin, it's a little bit different type. And of course, then we have wisdom. That wisdom is important. If you look at Bodhicharyavatara or others, all what we are doing, from generosity, discipline, and patience, and so forth, are for gaining wisdom. So wisdom, and also until we have this wisdom of free from three spheres, we would not have the actual genuine paramitas as well. So then we have Shira, that's also translated as wisdom. Wisdom is here seems Yihi as knowledge, Shira as wisdom, translated in that way. But we can talk about that as well. So here, there's verbs that attach to, or when Tibetans, if you have a noun, then verbs that's attached to that particular noun, and then it becomes sort of it's a verb. We call jimba tang, the spread out or descending out or the giving the alms that called the jimba is the noun that which need verb to tang. Tsuchim song means to protect your moral ethics, or maintain your moral ethics, or what there another thing. What do you say? Moral ethics. What do you need to do in English?
Preserve moral ethics.
Yeah, preserve. Another thing. So that's song to protect in Tibetan. Tang is giving. Soba, a patient. What do we need to do? Verb in English.
Keep your patience or be patient.
The Tibetan is gone. Meditate.
Remain patient. Stay.
Being patient, kind of. Meditation is meditating is kind of being or become, sort of. Yeah. And what do you do? Diligence.
It's one of those general verbs like have diligence.
It's all noun in
Be
here.
diligent. Be.
Yeah, Tibetan has a more action verb. Zong du zong means strike or put effort to continuously have this. And then what we do dhyana.
Concentrate?
Yeah, meditate again. The samadhi, samten gong. So you need to meditate, samten cultivate or meditate. And what we do wisdom. What we can do for wisdom.
Generate.
Yeah, that's good. Hirap jit. Jit means generate. So these are important. How we can interact, or because these are nouns. How we can treat them. How we can practice with these nouns. Those are important. That's why maybe. Oh, here is both. Samten chenpo tingzi ne. If we use a verb here, maybe this is genitive. Okay. Seems a little bit different. Anyway, it's look like Tibetan saying abides or abiding or the resting, the samadhi of or samadhi which is the great dhyana. And both, of course, need to meditate. So there's two meditations. With dhyana, we need to meditate on dhyana. English, we need on. I think we meditate on dhyana, and meditate on patience. So, which means you really need to focus to constrain your what they call in these days psychologists anger management issues. So you need to manage your anger. That is called gong. They meditate. Focus maybe more like focus on your constrain, focus or manage your anger, but soba, the patient, you need to preserve, not preserve, but perceive, or what they call.
Persistent?
Not persistent, there is one, preserve. How to say moral ethics, you preserve moral ethics, not preserve.
Persevere?
No, there's a verb.
Well, ethics would be like protect or preserve.
Protect,
Persist.
guard.
Perceive. Actually, watch out your
Guard.
To be vigilant?
I thought there's a preserve or something, but maybe not. Anyway, those verbs are important to how to dealing with, how to practice these 6 paramitas. And then we can generate our wisdom. So wisdom can generate through at least 3 major ways to generate. Of course, all these 5 paramitas are already for the purpose of generating wisdom, but wisdom also we can generate through study, generate through contemplation, and generate from meditation. So these three also can do that. And that is maybe good enough. It's auspicious 10 bume. Then we just, the rest are the more subcategory or more kind of aspect of the wisdom. This usually top come first, the skillful means, and then power, and then aspiration, and then another wisdom, or I sometimes use gnosis, but if you don't like that, but some people use yihe as a primordial knowing, that as well. So these four are the more further division category of the wisdom itself, the hira itself. Maybe a few questions we have, then we can take a break for lunch. Yes.
In the idea of the understanding the whole text through the title, could you expound on the meaning of the title of Yeshe Lama?
Yes, Yeshe Lama, that in a sutric level, there's 10 bhumis mapped on these 10 paramitas. And then tantric level, Hevajra or Chakasambhara, or we have more 13 bhumis. And in a Dzogchen, particularly Dzogchen Yingte, which means Longchen Yingte or Longchenpa's writings, it has 16 bhume. And the 16 bhume, you can see here, the last bhume in here is wisdom yeshe. Maybe the Tibetan yeshe translated in many ways here, knowledge, but more primordial knowing. There's nothing to do with subject and objects. It's primordially is already cognized. That wisdom is called yeshe. And this now English phonetic, they use this Y-E-S-H. E, this primordial knowing is the highest bhume in both sutric level and tantric level. But in a Dzogchen level, it adds more bhumis to become a 16th bhume. And the Lama means the highest. There's unsurpassed, or the Lama that is saying that unsurpassable wisdom or this primordial knowing, which represented 13th bhume. And this book is teaching how to get that 16th bhume. And that, and this is, you can see our chantings. It's not just going through general Buddhist teachings, but more specifically going to the highest level of achievement. In order to achieve that, it's need to practice these texts. That's why it's Yishi Lama. Yes. And sometimes people think this is my name, Lama Yishi or Yishi Lama. Yeah.
We have one question here.
Yes.
Regarding the Manjushri Namasamgiti text, I'm curious, I was curious about the many paradoxes, deliberate contradictions when Buddha describes Manjushri throughout. They're of course all over the text. I was wondering if Khenpo-la had any thoughts about this kind of rhetoric in relation to Vajrayana in general or to Dzogchen, when it has deliberate contradictions of describing Manjushri.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think that's our dualistic mind. If we are still in the samsara, I'm not saying everyone in this realm. Our thoughts is kind of linear, or the switch back and forth. We cannot have the thoughts that's beyond thought. And we need to figure out what existent things and what non-existent things. We need to address separately due to our capacity of our mind that has dualistic thinking. And seems like contradiction and paradoxical, but that's how we only can proceed. We cannot have both at the same time. In our mind doesn't have capacity to digest that part. But we still need to understand in both sides, both aspects. And that's how we can digest kind of step by step rather than simultaneously. It's meant to be simultaneously, but that we cannot, our mind cannot digest in that way. So the paradoxical nature of these teachings helps, because then our mind is not fixated on a certain way, whether it's just empty or appearances, or whether these contradict or not. So it helps us to see in that way. People often argue with me that, but what's the point to talk about empty if everything's there? And that's the point. Everything's not there. That's why we are talking about, but appears to be in that way. And so exercise until we can dissolve this discrimination of subject-object duality. We kind of need that remedy. If not, there's not much methods to understand, unless he's really Lama.
You spoke about the four meditative concentrations of the jhanas, and maybe I missed it, but is there a difference, or are they the same as samadhi and the meditative absorptions? Are they related to one another, or are they the same or different? And is that what Buddha Sakyamuni was practicing, the four jhanas? before he attained enlightenment, like when he has the statue where he has the austerities and he's very skinny, was he able to only eat 1 grain of rice and 1 drop of water because he was in a state of meditation absorption like that, or the jhana?
Yeah, we use maybe term, that specific term, dhyana. So dhyana is a specific term that referring to the meditation. Doesn't necessarily, it's a Buddhist term or Hindu term, but it shows that the mental stillness, calmness, and meditative mental state, and that's divided in a 4. This is quite important if you want to understand how that's meant to be. You can achieve that level, then you could born into realm, form realm, and you have these kind of dhyana realms, 4 dhyana realms, but each goes more stable, deeper, clearer, these 4 stages. That's the term dhyana could be referred to the God realms that where these beings achieve that level to that stage. But also practitioners, we can achieve that mental state in our desire realm. We are in the desire realm. The 4 dhyanas are form realm. It's beyond our realm. So our desire mind is very busy, most rough, most not suitable mind what we have. In order to become mind as suitable, we need to this dhyana training to achieve stable mind. We are here in the desire realm with the desire mind, but we can achieve our samadhi or the dhyana is level of the form realm. And the 4th dhyana stage of samadhi or dhyana is the best. If we go beyond that, then we have another 4 levels of sort of dhyana level, and then that become formless, and that's much more deeper, but less sharp focus. So the best achieving is first dhyana. So Buddha was sitting under a tree he feel that first time, and if he was a boy, that he feels that this is maybe the first dhyana, his meditation, his feeling. We have 2 things. We have body that's called Lu Den, the support of body. We have mind that's called Sim Den, the support of mind. And practitioners have 2, yeah? We should have a body that can support us, maybe not too painful, to can sit and focus. And then we need the mind. The mind, body we cannot change, is what we have but our mind we can make stable to make suitable or support of the meditation. Okay, more questions will be discussed in afternoon session. Yeah, very beginning we can maybe discuss more. And we stop here now and think about these 10 bhumis with 10 paramitas. And of course, if many texts start mapping on this is very important. And think a little bit about how you put in the English that the Tibetans would put these 6 paramitas are nouns, but then you need a verb to practice with. What kind of verb do you want to use to do these 6 parameters? This is maybe first time in the world I'm talking about. No one really talk about this, but it's really important. Yeah. Okay, so Nande Tamje Sumanye Tamne Nyebe Dranan Tamje Chikanan Chi Balon Trubaye Zeben Solen Ruwa Trura Jo Tembe Panjo Lame Shabe Tenzin Jivu Sajjan Yonla Da Tembe Chenta Nantong Jirwa Temba Yirene Beraji So we do Garchen, which is or maybe not here.
Page 37. Page 37, we have Garchen Rinpoche's long life prayer.
Bhavi Yona Aya Dewa Garchen Garji Reza Jikten Gombo Tuzi Choden Bhavi Garchen Kuze Garjen.
Known in the noble land as Arya Deva, you emanated into the Garkhan of eastern Tibet as Chirimpa, the heart son of Jigten Gompo. May the life of glorious Garchen remain steadfast for 100 aeons.
Okay, we will have lunch.
We'll be back at 2. Thank you.